Hey, what's up, you sexy bitches, and welcome to this week's Weekly D. Today I have young pole master on. This episode gave me life. I love Miles so much. Miles, aka Young Pole Master, is a stripper, pole dancer, entrepreneur, business owner. There's nothing that he cannot do. I literally love him so much. So I'm just going to let you get straight into this episode. This is the Weekly D, because, honey, if you ain't getting your D on the daily, you better at least be getting it once on the weekly.
If you're not getting any and you want some tea, then come and join Dan up on the Weekly D. It's the Weekly D.
Miles Woods, aka Young Pole Master, in the mother tucking house. So good to have
Yes.
you here.
A
I
pleasure to
love
be here.
chatting to you. So I'm so excited for this because every time I speak to you is always such a pleasure. So how have you been, Boo? You good?
I've been really good. Yes, I'm coming off of a really good weekend. I was in Vegas recently, and one of my students performed
Nice.
for Usher, which is like huge because that man
Oh
is the
my
reason.
God.
He's the reason I'm gay. I don't even care. I saw Usher, and I was like, yeah, I think black men are for me. But no, I got to see my student perform. So like, that was one of the most inspirational things ever to see. When your student becomes a master at their craft. So I'm on a high from
Wow.
that. I'm good. I'm happy to be here with Dan Rosen himself, the pole god.
Yes. Oh,
I'm like,
stop
you're
it.
literally in the whole Bible. I have a whole Bible, and you're in there like, hello, it's me. I'm
It's
Dan.
It's so funny how you and me have like both probably been in the pole scene for a very similar amount of time actually. And it's crazy really how I've seen you grow as an artist and your
Mhm.
style and kind of really where your career has taken you and where mine has taken me and how like even though we've gone in well we couldn't have gone in any more opposite directions really. But
That's
like
right.
but we've still remained such good friends. So tell us, for people who maybe are like, oh, who is Young Pole Master? Tell
Mhm.
us a little bit about who Young Pole Master is. What does Young Pole Master do? Give us the bio.
Yes. Okay, so Young Pole Master is basically one of the hottest, most talented, most beautiful
One
dancers.
of, one of
The
the
right? No, yes,
hottest.
because I'm
Come
like
on.
my friends, like what I'm saying, I have like you have so many friends in this industry that I've like developed really good relationships with, and we're so
Hmm.
talented, right? Like I'm amazing, but then it's like I have friend like anyway though. But Young Pole Master, he is a professional pole dancer, stripper extraordinaire. I primarily teach sex workers or people in the industry how to be better versions of themselves, teach them how to make more money, how to finesse, how to be just an overall entertainer. I've been doing this for almost 10 years now. I book talent, I travel, I teach, I put together events, pole competitions, retreats, workshops. Like I'm all up in the mix. You name it, I do it. And I love what I do. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what it
You
is.
are, I know, do you know what? I hate this word, but I have to use it
Mhm.
because it's really the only word to describe it. But you have such an entrepreneurial spirit. I'm sure someone has probably told you that many times before, but you are so good when it comes to the hustle, the making money. Where does that spirit, that entrepreneurial spirit come from? Like, I know you're quite friendly with your dad and stuff because I see him in your stories.
Yes.
I know he loves the benefits of your job. I get to see that all the
Oh my
time.
gosh. I need
He
to
gets to
send
hang
you
out with the baddest bitches. I tell you, my God, he is so lucky.
Dan, I need to send you this screenshot because my dad, he texted me. He's been a businessman his whole entire life.
Right.
And he's only worked for himself. He's owned record stores, nightclubs, liquor stores. So that's where I get it from. Like I remember working with my dad during the summer. He owned a mortuary. So I'm driving hearses at 11 years old. Like answering the phone, I was like, "Thank you for calling Wood Elders Funeral Services. Are you calling for a wake or are you delivering a dead body?" And I'm like, "What?"
Oh my
So
God.
I know, but so he definitely inspired me to work for myself and not have anybody telling me what to do. I just saw that from him, and I saw that he was able to take care of himself and his family. And then my mom, she's an extremely hard worker. Like she works as a assistant to a CEO of a healthcare company. So
Wow.
she's his right hand, and she's at work on time, like doesn't play any games. Her nails are
Yeah.
cute, her outfits are cute. So growing up, I used to call them and they would be at work. So I'd be at home sleep. Obviously, you know me, I'm sleep. They're like, boy, what you doing? Get up. I'm at work. So I was like, growing up and knowing that my parents are working and doing things, it kind of inspired me to like do whatever I want. So what's so funny that you say that about my dad? He was watching this show and he was like, I've seen this show on cable and it says 100 places to party before you die. And the daughter and father are going around eating food. He said, you need a show rating strip clubs. And he's like, yeah, we need to go to every strip club in the United States. And I'm like, yeah, Dad, we do. Like, I'm down
Oh
for
my God. Do you know what? You literally, though, like, you have. Sorry, I know this makes it sound like I'm just really blowing smoke up your ass, but I swear to God, I tell you this all the time. You've got one of these personalities that if you went to the correct TV, like, program and said,
Mhm.
hey, listen, I'm going to go around every strip club in the US and we're going to party. I'm going to train the girls and then I'm going to rate each, like, have you ever watched, oh my God, this would be amazing. Listen, if this actually happens, I'm gonna need a cut of this bit, okay?
Okay, okay,
Have
Dad.
you,
Like, I need my 10% royalties ASAP.
of course. Have you ever seen that program? I think it's so Gordon Ramsay, an English chef. He goes around restaurants in the US and
Mhm.
he helps them go from like 1 star to like 5 star. He basically helps them
No.
upgrade. So you could like go to strip clubs and be like, listen, I'm going to transform this strip club into the most lit fucking strip club.
So I follow the guy. There's a show called Bar Rescue,
Right.
and he does that with bars. He's like, I follow him. I can't think of his name. But yes, I wanted to do that so badly, and I'm getting to a point in my career where I can do that. I think
Yeah.
some people like Gordon Ramsay has been in the game for how long, so I think for me it was all about growing as an individual, and in this industry, so that way my
Hmm.
opinions and my views were worthy of something. I feel like some people, especially with reality TV now, feel like it's a lot of junk. Like, I think
Yeah.
they're just pushing content out and pushing content out. So I'm glad that
Yeah.
you said finding the right network, finding the right show,
Hmm.
because I've had opportunities to be on reality TV. Right, I'm black, I'm gay, I'm cute, but I don't want to be subjected to what a producer wants me to do, or
Right.
what, because I've seen just so much just weird negative energies and just people doing too much. So I'm gonna
So,
piggyback on that. We're gonna follow up on that.
yeah. Oh, you totally should. I just feel
Yeah.
like you need to do a RuPaul and be like, listen, this is how I want the show to go. So either you're gonna have it as this show or no show at all. You know
And
what I
it's
mean?
coming. I'm telling you, in about 2 years, because the way my trajectory is going, like COVID really kind of slowed me down.
Right.
Um, just
Tell us about that. How did
yo,
you deal with the whole COVID situation? How did you manage through
it
that?
was really hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was really hard because everywhere was different, right? Before COVID started, I was actually on my way to London. I was on my way on a flight to London to teach a workshop, and then my plane almost crashed, and we ended up getting diverted to Norway. During that time, my best friend Janae had fallen from the pole 25 feet. And
Mm.
yes, that was like at the same time. And then right after that happened, COVID started. So I was like, okay, world tour stopped. Best friend is hurt. My everything in LA is closed. And we were like the last to open up. Like, California didn't even, LA didn't open up until August of 2021.
Right.
Everything was closed. Bars were closed. Studios were closed. And of course, I had online money, but like, I'm very much an in person type of energy. Like, I love being around people. I love interacting with people. So, switching everything to online was hard for me. But I did make that shift. A lot of people made that shift. But it was just really difficult going from what I knew, teaching workshops everywhere, to being
Yeah.
at the house, like with no foreseeable like future when it came to LA. And I was like, my rent was still due. Like, rent's still $3,000 a month in LA. So that was the scariest.
$3,000 a month?
Yeah, you don't know, rent prices in LA are absolutely insane. Um,
Yeah, I have been told, and I've heard like the rent there is insane. I've heard the traffic's insane as well.
it really is. I honestly, that's why I'm a night owl, because why would I want to sit in traffic for an hour and 2 hours? Like, I'd rather be out at night when nobody's awake. There's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, I had to develop that because I don't like being in traffic. I don't like being in extreme heat during the day. Like, I'm very different. So COVID definitely pushed me to really love life, obviously, right? And to really,
Right.
really live in the moment and enjoy where this journey takes me. Because being a pole dancer, we don't have like necessarily, we do have people to look up to and mentor, but in some spaces, it's kind of like we're doing this on our own, right? Like you have your pole
Right.
destroyers, right? It's kind of like you're
Mm-hmm.
developing a, you're kind of on your own, like you're trying to figure it out, what works, what
Yeah.
doesn't. Like we're all here, so I'm thankful that I wasn't the only one that went through something during COVID, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we all went through something, and those who made it to the other side had a different view on life, and their businesses flourished. So there was a lot of good
Mm-hmm.
things that came from COVID. I guess you
What
would say,
about
like,
what about the strip clubs? How did the strip clubs manage during the whole COVID? Did you lose any big clubs that you really loved going to?
oh, of course, a lot of clubs had to shift their business practices. Obviously, um, some of them, received like. Stimulus and payments from the government, right, to keep their
Right.
workers and team afloat. But a lot of the smaller mom and pops didn't make it, obviously. A lot of people got out of the strip club because the health reasons, right? The lack of safety during the pandemic. A lot of like clubs were doing like underground shit, you know what I'm saying? So
Right. Mm-hmm.
safety was an issue because people were getting their money
Right.
stolen, nothing was open, you couldn't report them to the Better Business Bureau, like you were kind of out here winging it. So I'm thankful that things have gotten back to normal and they're safer now because it was the wild wild west during the pandemic, girl.
So, if someone kind of segueing a little bit to
Hmm.
the strip clubs and stuff, and the sort of things that you do with the strip clubs, what if
Yeah.
someone said to you like, what is your job? Like, what is it you do? Would you say you're primarily a teacher, or would you say you're primarily a performer? What's the majority of your work? Because I know you do a little bit of everything. I know you
I
teach a
really
lot.
do. And the reason I do that is because I wanted to diversify my portfolio. Like I don't have a
Yeah.
space where I can dance 24 hours a week. Like it's not like I'm a female, right? Where I can go to a strip club and work every day and, sell
Right.
VIPs and do that. I don't have that space. Every space that
Mm-hmm.
I've been in, I've made for myself. Like I've danced at female strip clubs. I've danced on stage. I've danced, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to put myself in those spaces. So obviously, I started as a teacher. So teaching is what I love to do. I went to college to be a teacher. So that was already like my focus. Um,
Right.
I have a lot of joy when it comes to teaching because I get to see people like flourish. Like that's my bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to performing, like I performed at prides, I performed in music videos, I performed at, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm down. If you call me and say, Miles, we got your budget, pull up. I'm pulling the fuck up and I'm showing the fuck out. I don't know if we can cuss on here, but I'm doing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm killing it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I remained flexible. I remained open and receptive to everything and anything that comes my way. Right now, I'm looking for the production side. So I'm currently in the process of creating retreats called the Master Retreat.
Ooh.
Yes,
Okay.
and it's
Tell
going
us
to be,
more.
yeah, so the Master Retreat is going to be a inclusive space where I'm encouraging individuals to master their craft. And I'll be pulling my friends who are masters, like, you know what I'm saying? I've got Candace Kane, Nicola Paul, I'll call
Mm.
you, I'm calling my girls, I'm calling people who are masters to come into a
Yeah.
space where people want to learn from them and want to grow with them. So I'll be doing locations, various across the world, and bringing people to the masters. And then,
This would be such a great idea.
yeah, and
I
I'm
think
going to
that'd be
be,
such a good one for you as well. Are you gonna specifically cater it for people that want to be in the sex work industry, stripping, that
Mhm.
style of dance, or is it gonna be a mixture of everything?
No, because being a master is bigger than the strip club. This is about your
Right.
craft. This is about your art. Because I don't have to dance like I work at a gay club. Like currently, I dance at a gay club, which is called the Abbey, and it's one of the hottest nightclubs in the world. I'm not. I'm not even taking my clothes off. I'm not giving lap dances. I'm literally swinging from the ceiling and giving a performance.
Yeah.
So I know how to how I know how to navigate. I can be a sex worker and I can be a dancer, but I can also be a performer and book talent and be in a space like a festival, a music festival, or a burlesque show. I'm not limited to the strip club. I just like the strip club because you can make money from pole dancing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can
Yeah.
make $500 or $1,500 in 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's why I like the strip club because in the United States it's lucrative.
Right.
And I just wanted my students to understand that if you're going to do this in this space, you have the opportunity to be sexy and make money. So I've known pole dancers who were like, girl, I want to make the money you make, bitch. I want to do what you do. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's not for everybody, but if you do want to do this, this is the way you do it. But when it comes to the master retreat, the goal is just primarily to bring people together in this industry, whether you're a sex worker, whether you're a pole dancer, to merge the two and come together and be forces, and learn how to
Yeah.
be a contortionist, or learn how to do back walkovers, or just learn from people who are either sex workers or pole stars or instructors, in just merging the worlds with respect in safe spaces. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, like, I have friends that are top tier strippers.
Yeah.
Then I have friends who are top tier instructors. So
Okay.
I just want to put everybody into the same space, because some dancers might not think that they can learn from Dan Rosen, right? They're like, what the fuck I'm gonna learn from this white man? You know what I'm saying? And then you come, you're like, okay, we're gonna be doing phoenixes. Are you ready? And they're like, huh? So that's the point of the master retreat, is to make people like, wow, I really just learned how to do a Fonji kit from Dan. Now I'm gonna be on stage doing a Fonji. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah, yeah,
that's what I
yeah.
want to do.
Yeah, I love that. And are you aiming the retreat? Because I always find with retreats as well, you get two different kinds. You get the kind that go for like a larger audience on more
Mm-hmm.
of a budget, or like a smaller group of people, which is a little bit more expensive, a bit more luxury. Have you
Yeah.
decided what style or are you going to try and go somewhere in the middle,
So
or?
you know what? I'm gonna be doing both, actually, Dan, because I've been in both sides. I've had a luxury budget, and I've had a not so luxury budget, right? So I'll be having the master retreat, which is gonna be more of a luxury, and then we're gonna have master retreat minis. So the
Right.
minis are gonna be more so of a local. We won't necessarily have to do like a hotel or anything like that. It'll be just a mini retreat in that space.
Like an
Um,
LA based studio kind of thing. You'll be
yeah.
doing it from
So
it. Yeah, okay.
my first retreat though is going to be in LA, because this is where I'm from. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to be doing a beach like retreat, like kind of like I'm taking my
Nice.
I'm giving people the LA experience. So I'm connecting them with casting directors who get people booked for Snoop Dogg, G Easy, Ty Dolla Sign. Like, I'm going to be connecting students with that LA experience, to where they're like, I'm on a TV show. I'm doing photo shoots. I'm like taking them around LA to show them that this is what a superstar does. Because not
Yeah.
everybody has lived this experience. Not everybody has been able to say they've worked with Little Nas, they've worked with Lizzo, they've worked with Britney Spears. I have. So I'm
Yeah.
going to teach them how to break into this industry, whether they're teaching classes online or whether they're superstars and they're, on tour with Summer Walker. Like, it's going to be like I'm learning how to be an industry veteran from an industry veteran.
So who, and this is amazing that you're doing
Mhm.
this for so many people and that you are basically I don't know how to describe it, almost like the mama, the person who's like, I'm
Yes,
gonna
they call me
take you under
pole
my
father.
wing.
They call me the pole
Right,
father. Yeah.
exactly. Like, so you're like the pole father to them. Who was the pole mama to you?
Okay, so my friends in Kansas were my pole moms. Batista was her dancer name. Or no, actually her dancer name was Selena, but my friend, I called her Batista, which is her last name. And I have another friend, her name is Entice. That was her dancer name. Um, and when I was in college in Kansas, they were the best dancers, Dan. Because one thing
Right.
about the strip club, um, you have to dance as an independent individual, right? When you go to studios, you're being taught from somebody primarily. But in clubs, you have to learn yourself. So these girls were putting their foot behind their head and didn't know what it was called. It was like 2011, 2012. So they're not, what's a jade split, girl? They're doing splits hanging from the ceiling, dropping to the splits. And I was like, wow, I really want to do that. Like, I want to look just, I remember I was like, I want to look just like that. So those two dancers really brought me in and showed me to the pole world. But once I got into Los Angeles, my pole mom, or my sister, was Candace Kane, my pole sister. So
Yeah,
we've been
love
tight. Yeah,
Candace.
that's like my sister. I call
I
her
need
mom,
I need
mom.
her on here actually, so I'm probably
Oh
gonna
yeah,
message her after this. I'll be like, I
just
need to
say
get her on.
just tell her Miles sent you. But
Must.
she's just she's otherworldly. I love seeing her dance, her grow.
Mm,
I mean, we've done projects together, we made money together, we've worked together. I booked her for so many different gigs. Um, and she's just a star-studded performer. She just understands how to move and how to just shut the crowd down. And she's like burlesque, you know what I'm saying? Contortion, pole,
Oh my
singing,
God.
acting.
Singing, I know. I saw a video, she posted this video of her
Mm.
singing, and someone actually commented underneath and was like, Candice, is there anything that you can't do? It's literally ridiculous. She's so
Listen,
talented.
yeah, that's
It's
my dog.
crazy.
So I'm thankful. And like I said, now um I even have people that were my idols that are my friends now, right? Like let's say Templo. Templo is girl, extremely talented. And I'm like, I can call him and be like, what's up, friend? Like, come to the master retreat. You know what I'm saying? Or I can call my friend Blue Phoenix, right? I can just literally pick up a phone, Maddie, like girl, dirty
Yeah,
birdie. Like I'm literally like, hey, what's that like?
yeah.
And we all have
Yeah, because
different
didn't
worlds.
didn't Templo go to your competition that you run?
So no, he did not come. He was supposed to come, but he didn't. But we
Wait, I thought there was some famous guy there because I'm sure I saw they'd uploaded a story or something. Who was that some famous person went to your competition or something? Maybe it wasn't Templo. Maybe it
so
was,
no, I didn't for my pole competition, the only person that was famous that came was my friend Templo. Or no, I'm sorry, not Templo, Diplo the
I'm thinking of
DJ.
Diplo. That okay? It sounds so similar because it was Diplo and Templo. I'm like, wait,
I
I'm sure I
wish
saw something.
I wish he was here. But again, I'm gonna bring back my pole competition. I just have to switch up the name because the pole Olympics was gonna have like some copyright infringement issues. But I'm bringing that back.
What?
Yeah, because I'm
Why
like,
was
it's
it
the
gonna?
so I just know that when I was gonna do it at a club, they were like, okay, we're hesitant to do the pole Olympics due to the fact that it's gonna have some conflict of interest because I was doing it at Spearmint Rhino, which is like a huge corporation in the
Right,
yeah,
it's
right. So
huge here too.
right.
Yeah,
So they were like, Miles, we want to bring you on. We want you to have do competitions here, but due to the fact that we're a huge corporation, the pole Olympics will not work. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But I was gonna go back, but it kind of fell out. So with that being said, I just got to go back to the drawing board and get that
yeah, for
situated. But
sure.
that's coming back for sure.
Why? What made you decide to call it the Pole Olympics rather than sort of like the Master? Something to do with your brand, like the Young
So what's so
Pole.
funny is there's a strip club in San Diego that has a pole competition called Pole Masters, and I had hosted the pole competition,
Right.
and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the pole Olympics. Like y'all have pole masters already, so I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do the pole Olympics just because I was hosting. I was actually hosting pole masters,
Right.
right? But now they replaced me as a host this year with some girls, two girls named the Teal Twins. And I hope it goes good, but you are having a pole master competition without the pole master. So I think I might be like, yeah, I gotta get that name because it's y'all gotta be fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, like
That's
y'all replaced me, like,
yeah.
but
That's so. I wonder, is it just because they couldn't afford to have you? Like, no shade.
and that could be the possibility, but I know they got the bread, so I was never like, because I just went 2 weeks ago and they gave me a table and a bottle and all that. You know, they take good care of me. I just think that somebody wanted to get somebody like their friends maybe to host, like, oh yeah, girl, like we'd love to have you host, and sold a dream, and then I don't know. Long story short is they're losing, not me, and it's just gonna push me to really invest in what I have going on. That's on like the master treat Paul Master competition. I'm really starting to get my fire back. Like I'm really starting to like, okay, bitch, like let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
You were saying about you can tell me to fuck off by the way and don't answer
uh,
this, but
oh,
you were
bitch.
saying earlier on about like you train some of the baddest, bitches in the strip clubs and stuff,
Yeah.
some of the top earners.
Hmm.
What is I don't know what that is. What is a top earner? Like what are we talking? Are we talking $3,000 a night? Are we talking $10,000 a night?
So
Like what is the most you've ever seen a girl walk out with?
it really just depends on the girl and the space and the location because it can vary.
Right.
I've had students that have sent me like I literally, if you go to my Instagram, you can look at my reviews, and it's just literally money, money, money. Girls making money, thousands, hundreds, seven like Miles. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It really just depends. I've counted with my friends one night. I counted $10,000 by hand. You know, they had made $10,000
Wow.
in maybe 30 minutes, and it took us 7 hours to count it. You know, and they had a flight. So I've seen all type of spectrums. You know what I'm saying? Even for me, like I can make, sometimes you like I make $100, $200, right? Which again, I'm grateful for anything, right? Like I'm not one of those
Yeah,
people that like, oh my god, and I'm not like, if I make $40, I make $40. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a part of the game. Because of the bad nights make the great nights feel even better.
right.
But like I said, some nights I can make, $1,000, $2,000. And I'm like, damn, bitch. Like, and I take a picture of it, like, okay, add it to my memories. And I have like a whole album on my phone just of me and my money that I've made, which has been a blessing. But honestly, I'm starting to shift. I'm good at making money. I'm not the best at keeping money. So I'm trying to shift in that direction so I can help my students be better with their income. I just think that being in LA has been kind of difficult because you have to you're working to survive. Kind of like, I know people act like
Right,
they're lying, but it's like we're living in a world of inflation. We're living
right,
in a world post pandemic. We're living in the United States, which is a huge corporation. This is a corporation. We're working girls here. Like everything is a tax, everything is a job, everything has a underlying meaning. So I think I'm shifting as the years go by, like as I mature in this industry, going from making the bag to keeping the bag.
right. And would you say it's harder for you to make the bag as it is for the girls? Like, is the
It's way
tipping
harder.
culture? Yeah, because
It's
maybe
way
because
harder.
people just aren't used to seeing a male
Men,
stripper like
gay
that,
men
or
are not, gay men don't like tipping, period. They don't.
why? Do you think
Okay,
because they're
okay, ask
shy?
you
Like
this.
they're
Okay,
too
okay.
shy to come up to you and put
Do,
money in? Like,
do you go out to the club, Dan?
well, in the UK, we wouldn't tip. Like, it's one of those things, like, if you were to put, do you know why I think that is? It's really funny, and I'm really intrigued
Yeah, I
actually to
want to know.
maybe
I'm about
try
to
and
cross my
have,
legs, bitch. So what is,
well,
girl? What's...
it's because, do you know, I think it's to do with the way our money is here. So anything, so a dollar, right? A dollar is the equivalent for us of about, like, 60 or 70 pence, right? So a
uh-huh.
dollar, you can throw $3, right?
Right,
But if you wanted to throw £5, that would basically be the equivalent of throwing like a $10 at a time, right?
right.
So if you were going to throw £5 notes on the stage, you'd be doing quite a lot of money. Whereas when you're in a US strip club, I remember going and seeing Jordan Kensley, right? And I
Right,
was like, right, I'm going to get some cash, I'm going to get some singles, and I'm going to make it rain on her, throw some money
right,
on her, And you don't. I know it sounds crazy, but you don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds or dollars to be
right,
able to give someone a nice rain moment. Do you know what I mean?
right.
Right. But in the UK, to do that, you're going to have to be spending hundreds of pounds like per
Good,
time
as
that
you
you're kind of
should.
tipping some, as you should, right? But I think that's why, because in the UK they've got this weird culture in some of the strip clubs, and you're going to hate this. Listen to this. They go around with a jar and people put coins in.
You want to see my? You want to see my jar?
Oh, so you what? So people put their money in
Oh
that?
wait, this is
Oh,
a custom bucket I made. A
I
custom
love it.
bucket. Uh,
Just in case you're not watching this on YouTube, Miles is holding up a bucket that is glittery, like house down, glitter everywhere. Like
and I
it's
walk around with
amazing.
that, and I walk, and I'm like, here, yeah, I take Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Apple Pay,
Do you really? Wait, do you have like one of those little card machines that people
Venmo,
just tap?
PayPal, Apple Pay. I Cash App, baby, give me your phone. You're staring at me. I'll be like, give me your phone. Put it, face ID. Oh, I don't play that. What the fuck? Girl, I do it all because you're not gonna tell me you don't have money for me. That's like you can't tell me no. Sorry. That's
Yeah,
how when I'm on stage
but
and I have on
also
heels,
like,
I'm a
but
whole different
also
person.
like, why are you watching the show if you're not gonna put any money in? I mean, come on,
Because
put $10 in for fuck's sake.
I'm
It's $10.
mesmerizing. I'm mesmerizing. I am. You will watch me like because you haven't even seen me in the club. Like what I post on social media is not me like at work. Like when I'm at work,
Hmm.
people are literally like, you are just. They just are like, oh my god, you're just so hot. Like your skin is just glistening. You're just. You know me, because my Scorpio comes out. Like I be like,
Yeah.
ooh. But back to what I was saying about tipping though. Um, I get tipped in big bills. Like I've had people give me hundreds out of their wallet and just here's the $100 bill. Here's a 20. Here's it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, because one, they sometimes have never seen anything like this, right? At the Abbeys, they're like some of them from Australia, some of them from the UK, some of them from France. They're like, I've never seen anything like this. Like you're just so beautiful. You're like a king. You're like a god. You know, I'm like, oh, thank you. And they show love and they show admiration and they support through the form of currency. I just know that a lot of my students, like you said, in UK, they're not doing that, right? So
Right.
that's why, and I get it. I just always encourage people to, if you see somebody working harder than normal, show love and support because being a dancer is not easy. It's as you know this, right? It's not easy on the body. It's not easy on the mind being out like that. So I always try to show love, even if it's $1, $5. Like it just makes like you don't understand what that dollar, that $5 could do to somebody. Like they can be like, wow, like I you're feeding me tonight. I know that sounds crazy, but I can literally
Yeah.
go off my stage set and go get a burger.
Right.
So that's
Exactly.
why I tip. That's honestly why I tip.
Do you ever get people who stand by the stage and literally they're just watching the whole time and then they just won't tip at all? Like,
What do
how
I
do you
do?
deal with? Yeah, I'm intrigued to know. Like, do you say anything?
Oh no, I start making them feel uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
I'll be like, hi. So what are we doing? So what's up? Or I'll like hit a split really hard. Like I'll put my hands and I'll like look through like my hand and I'll slam into the split. And they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, but so like it gets to the point where if you're by my stage, I'm gonna make sure you are literally like you need to back the fuck up. Like
Yeah.
you need to pay, right? So I do attention grabbers. I'm clacking my heels. I'm dropping into a split, like or back the fuck up. Like I'm doing stuff
Come
where
on.
I'm doing a headstand, right? So I'll do like a straddle, and I'm like, pow, pow. Like now you're like, oh. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like now you need to move the fuck out the way because you know
Well,
I'm
well, I mean more like, yeah, I don't mean more people that are like getting too close or whatever. I mean people who are just like they're standing back, they're being respectful in distance and stuff, but they're
Mhm.
just not giving you any money, and I feel like that's really disrespectful. Like, do you know what I
So
mean? Like, do you ever be like, listen, like, are you gonna put any money down here, boo, or like,
what I have to do is I have to go inward. I literally have to go inward and realize that it's nobody has to do anything for me, right?
right?
They don't have to tip me. They don't have to do anything. If I'm getting tipped, it's because they want to. It's because they feel inspired to. So I get it. Like I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, yo, bitch, pull out your wallet." Now, sometimes I want to. Sometimes I'm really like, "Damn," but then also I have to take a step back and be like, "Would you want somebody to do that to you?" If you were just watching with your friends, like I try
Mm,
to think about treat people how you want to be treated. If you're in my like, if I can see it, if I can hear you breathing and you're not tipping me, then okay. But if you're admiring, because people they sometimes are scared or they're just like,
yeah, yeah,
but then I'll start seeing them tap their friend like, give me a dollar, like girl, give me a dollar. And then I
yeah, yeah.
also wear like choker. My choker says pay me on it. You know, I'll be pay me or like dollars or I already have money in my body. So they know what time it is. It's like,
Then yeah,
but trust me,
the
Dan,
signs are there.
there's been some times I've danced and nobody has even looked at me. Dan.
What?
I've been in a club full of people. One time I screamed, help! Nobody nobody looked at me. And I'm like, damn. And I was like, I literally started pinching myself. I'm like, am I dead? I was like, am I dead? Like, am I alive? Like, because nobody was looking at me. So
Well,
those, I know,
I,
Dan.
I, re- well, I'm only going to say because it depends. Do you find that depends on the club? Because I danced at a club once, like a club night, not a strip club. I
Oh, I was
danced
like,
at a
okay.
club.
What was
It was
this,
literally
Dan?
no. It was literally just a club night with like we want a pole dancer on the stage
Okay.
whilst the club set is going on.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, there was a few people looking, but to be honest, they were all dancing. They were just enjoying the music. I was
Right.
kind of a background dancer. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I wasn't the Dan Rosen show. So do you find like it depends whether like because sometimes I see it on your Insta
Yeah.
stories, like you post so much, and I see sometimes the DJs will be like, "Everyone, give it up, young pole masters on the pole," and everyone will go crazy and be like, "Oh yeah," and then they'll look. So like the DJs will make it a bit about like, oh, this is a show now. He is
Period.
going to dance for you.
And you're right
Do you
about
find
that.
that helps?
It does. And like I said, some areas that I've danced at, there are DJs who do hype me up and announce me. But then there's some spaces where I'm just a backup dancer and I have to fight for
Okay.
my attention. So that's when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to my look. So you see my nails, I wear
Yeah.
nails like this in color like this. So I glow in the black light. So when I'm touching
Yeah.
myself, they're like, ooh, bitch, your nails. I'm like, thank you. These cost money. Let's do an exchange. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
this costs money, my hair cost, my shoes cost, like, you know what I'm saying? So I've it helps when a DJ does announce me, but that's not going to deter me from being the star of the show. Because when I put on those pleasers, which I can't stand pleasers, they're trash. um so, and I will put on Club Hella Heels, but they need to see me that wide sizes. So if you're hearing this, Harriet, I need my wides because baby. But
Yeah. See, do you know what's really funny, by the way?
huh,
I've just recently discovered another company who do very similar style, but they've gone wider, and they're called pole drag heels. Pole drag heels, because what they do is they do for pole dancers, they also do for drag queens, so they fit better for men's feet. And I'd
you're
never
lying.
heard of them before. No, I'm being
What's your
serious.
discount code?
Pole.
What's your affiliate
I
code?
don't have one. I'm gonna need one. I'm gonna have to send them this clip and be like, honey, I'm gonna need a discount code.
Yeah, you need to send me the link ASAP. Like,
Yeah, they don't
seriously.
have a lot of styles, but they have quite a few that I think you'd like. But for sure, pole drag heels, check them out.
Okay, yes. Send me. Ooh, yeah, because I'm like,
There's some nice ones,
I have a
right?
really big foot, so I wear like I alternate between like a 13 and a 14 in the
Mm-hmm.
heels. So I love Club Hella heels. My feet. I lose sensitive. Like I can't feel my big toes. Like they're numb. Like I don't even.
Yeah, I can wear them. I can wear them for about an hour and a half. I can teach one class in them and I'm
Mhm.
fine. Anything longer, like I wouldn't want to dance in a club all night in them. Oh my God, I
Girl.
think my feet would kill me.
See, that's why I wear my pleasers. I have to wear the open toe pleasers, but they break. They're cheap. Like they're
Yeah,
just it's just a mess. But when I put them on, it's a whole like I transform, I transcend. Like all eyes on me when I step on that stage. There was a movie called Players Club, and it's like one of the best movies about strip clubs that I've seen. And it just there's a girl named Ronnie. And she walks into a room with police officers, and she's like, "All right, you motherfuckers, all eyes on me." And I was like, "That's the energy I want to represent when I touch that pole." Because when I touch that pole, I swear to God, like you can't not look at me. Like it's giving very much. Who is this fine black man on this pole, and what is he about to do? And I'm about to
yeah,
take your soul.
yeah, exactly. I'm about to take your soul and every dollar that's inside that wallet.
Period. Yeah, I promise
Tell me
you.
about so
What's
talking
up,
about
baby?
tipping culture and stuff, like people, throwing dollars.
Yes.
What do you think? Because obviously, so many people now don't carry cash with them. So I know,
Mhm.
obviously, you were saying, we've got PayPal or Venmo. I know it sounds stupid, but so in the UK, some of the buskers, like, I'm using this as an example, because buskers, like, who used to like, do you know what a busker is? Do
No,
you
girl.
call
I
it
was trying
that?
to. I was trying to
So,
like wait
so
for it to
okay.
click.
I don't know what you call it. Like when people go on the street and they're like singing songs and people put cash in the hat and stuff for
Okay,
their
we
like
call like
spend.
street performers.
Street performers, buskers, yeah, same thing.
Okay.
So like a street performer would normally rely on cash, but now they've got these cute little like sum up payment cards. So you can literally just go up, put a number in, tap your card, done. So you can
Period.
tip them with your card. Like, do you think we're going to move more towards that? Do you think clubs are going to start to have around the stage little payment panels where people can just tap their phones
So
and
there's
tip?
two ways. There's two thoughts I have about that. Yes and no. Yes, because they want to eliminate cash being, used. There's got
Mm-hmm.
monkeypox going around, COVID. People want to be more sanitary, but then also people want to have that tax-free income coming in, right? Some people want to
Right.
have cash because they don't want to have all these card tips, these credit card tips from all these random people on their phone. Because now
I
I
mean,
guess
obviously, we don't know anyone who does that because everyone that we know declares all their money, don't they? But I'm sure there are some people,
period.
maybe.
Because there's some people
Yeah.
who are undocumented. There's like a lot of people who dance are trying to survive, right? I mean,
Right.
really. So I just know that people that dance sometimes they just want to have cash on hand, like
I
they
don't
just want
blame
to,
them.
and I don't blame them
Yeah.
either, because I deposit all my shit. Like my shit goes into a bank. I have a business account. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what that's going on. But I just
That's actually the only conspiracy theory about COVID that I do sometimes think. When they were like, oh, the
They want
reason
to
they're doing
track
this because
everything. They want to
they want
track
everything tracked. Yeah,
everything.
that's when I was a little bit like, that I can actually believe. I can actually
Yeah,
believe
that's
that.
scary.
Some of the conspiracy theories, I was a bit like, don't ever believe that. But that one, I was like, actually,
Because
yeah,
imagine if everything is digital, bitch. If your phone's dead, you have no money.
right,
What the
exactly.
girl? Like,
Yeah,
and now they want to have all these cars be electric, and I'm like, we need to work on our power grids. Like, where's all this electricity about to come from? Because
yeah.
California eliminated all gas cars by 2035.
Oh, really?
They just signed it in the they signed a bill saying that we will no longer be having cars automated by gas by 2035. So I'm like, wow, we're about to be all electronic. They have electronic money. They're gonna have all this stuff. The dollar, the value of a dollar is going downhill. We've got cryptocurrency, which is looking crazy. Cryptocurrency is looking absolutely crazy right now. Like it's just I don't know. To me, cash is king. Like if you give me a dollar, I'm like, cool. Like I can use this anywhere. I don't need a phone. I don't need anything. I can I can do something with this dollar. But when it comes to cryptocurrency and Cash App and all that other stuff, like it's tracked, it's traced, we're tracked, we're used. They're using our cookies, right? They're like tracking everything we do. They're trying to get our analytics. They're trying to see what we like and what we don't like. Like, oh, you spent $10 on Starbucks this week. Now we're gonna advertise Starbucks to you because we see that it's just like what?
Hmm.
I feel
It's
like a
worrying.
sim. I feel like a sim. I literally feel like a
Yeah,
sim, just like it's crazy. So
yeah. I
yeah,
totally,
I
I
don't
feel
mind the
you.
cash part, but I also do like the Venmos, the PayPal's, all that. I do both. I'm an equal opportunist girl. I'm bisexual. Okay.
I don't blame you. Yeah, take it money however which way it comes.
Period.
So, diverting a little bit, that you
Mhm.
live a lifestyle, and obviously anyone who follows you knows that you live this amazing, crazy lifestyle. You're here, you're there, you're teaching,
Right.
you're in the club, you're performing.
Mhm.
How do we fit a love life into that? Tell us about the love life. What? For anyone not watching this, Miles is giving me the face. Miles is giving me the face
Like,
right now.
girl,
I
what?
mean, do we have any love life
I mean, I
going
did go
on
on a
right
date
now?
last night. I did go on a date last night.
Oh, okay,
It
nice.
was kind of
Do
cute.
you?
It was kind of cute. Like he took me to, he came over, picked me up, and went to go eat sushi, and then he paid, and I was like, oh, this is really a date. Like, wow. Like I was like, we could go half, and he was like, but he's cool. He's inspired by me. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I love that you're such a hustler and you're ambitious and you're just so joyous and like, you know what I'm saying? He was cool. So I think right now for me it's hard to date because literally I'll go on a date with a guy and he wants to be just like me. Like I've had guys literally I go hang out with them and I bring them over or whatever and they're like, oh my god, you're a pole dancer? I want you to teach me. And then like 3 months later they're teaching classes or they're going to classes and they want to be a pole master. And I'm like,
Oh, hey, babe. Sorry to interrupt. It's just me, real quick. Do you ever have times where you're sat at home and you're thinking, oh, I wish my shoulder mount was stronger, or I wish I could shoulder mount, or I wish I could do an invert, or I wish I was able to do an INX? Well, let me help you. Come over and give my online strength and conditioning program a try. This is a program you can do from the comfort of your own home. All you need is a pole and a rocking attitude, and you'll be able to take class with me. We do 3 live classes every week, and you can catch up on hundreds of videos which are already on the site. So make sure you check out the Pole Destroyers. See you there.
oh, but I've noticed that's a trend. Like I've noticed that wow, like I will hang out with some guys and I'm like, they want to be just like me. They want to dance. Like and I'm not
Right.
mad. I'm glad I'm a source of inspiration, but it's I need to date like a construction worker or something. It's like 'cause
Yeah.
we need to be in
So
a
you
whole
don't
different
want.
worlds.
I was gonna say, so you don't want someone in the same world as you. That's not something that you want.
I don't mind it. I just think that sometimes if you're in the same industry, sometimes your worlds can collide and then you start doing the same shit. And I just think
Yeah.
that I want to have independence in a relationship. I want to be inspired by my partner who's doing something different. Um, rather than we're doing the same thing, if that makes
Hmm.
any sense. Like I
I
don't
100%
mind it.
agree.
I if we're doing the same thing, I would love for us to be like a force. But then I've noticed that sometimes if you do stuff together, like let's say if you and your husband was doing everything together, right? You got him on pull destroyers, and then y'all have an argument,
Right.
and then now you're like all your content, Mitch is in there doing backflips, and you're like, oh God, I need to set his classes out, like, because it's
Yeah.
just sometimes you want to have a separation so you can enjoy what they're doing and they can enjoy what you're doing without having to do everything together. So,
Yeah, I've always
yeah,
felt like couples who not only sleep together in the same bed but also work together in the same office, like you gotta have some sort of separation. You
it's
gotta
healthy.
have your own. Yeah, it's healthy. I agree. Like
Hmm.
Mitch, like so much of the stuff that I do, Mitch has no clue about what I'm doing. So he sees it, but he doesn't know a clue really about the background of it and what I have
Right.
to do. And like he doesn't know that I'm using this program right now to do this. Show us. He just knows that I'm in here doing a podcast with
Right,
Miles. Like
right.
that's all he knows, and that's all he needs to know, and that's he doesn't mind that, and he has his
Yeah.
job, and it's his space. So the guy that you went on a date with yesterday, what does he do out of interest? Please don't tell me
He's
he's a dancer.
well,
Oh
listen. So
God. Oh no.
Wait. Yes, he is, but he's also in real estate. So like he
Okay.
dances to he's gonna get back into real estate. He has a real estate license. He was with the company, but he hated his job. Like he was just going to work and then he saw how lucrative dancing could be to supplement how hard he was working, trying to get into the mix. But I like where his head's at because he's not like a dancer like me. He's like buff, he's big, like he has a fucking huge ass. Like it's literally massive. Ugh! But I just like where his head's at because he's looking to become a fitness creator on TikTok and YouTube and showcase like a fit lifestyle. And then he's going to use like the social media presence to fuel his real estate and stuff like that. And I told him, I'm
Hmm.
like, don't reinvent the wheel. There's people out here making hundreds of thousands of dollars in content creation.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm here for it. He has a mentor and all that. But like I said, he won't be. I don't know. All I'm trying to say was just one date. So who knows?
Yeah.
But
Do you ever think
yeah,
sometimes like maybe like avoiding, like you said, like dating a construction worker or someone who works in an office or whatever, do
yeah.
you not think like at least because they're not a dancer, you just know, like, because do you ever worry that this guy will be like, oh, Miles, teach me how to dance
It
like that,
happens
and then
every time, Dan.
that's
It
what I
happens.
mean, like
It
how are you gonna
happens
avoid this from
every.
happening again?
Maybe I need to date somebody who can't dance. Maybe I need to maybe date somebody with two fucking left feet who like, they're like, Miles, I will never get on that pole. Like, but
Right.
also too, I think I'm in a space where I haven't been wanting to date recently just because like I'm trying to be the best version of myself.
Hmm.
And I want to date somebody that is down to grow together, right? And I think that's important in a relationship about the growing together part. I feel like a lot of people are just there's so much going on in the world, especially in LA. The dating scene in LA is not it's not easy. There's a lot of OnlyFans creators. There's a lot of porn stars. There's a lot of dancers, entertainers, DJs, and I fit in. I'm one of these people, right? So I'm in that mix. But we have so much going on that our relationships aren't as tight as they could be or would be because there's so much going on the outside that makes being in a
Right.
relationship really hard. Because everybody I know that has a boyfriend wants to have sex with me, right? So it's giving very much. I don't mean to say like that, but it's giving very much like I'm the type I want to. If you have a boyfriend, I'm trying to do both. I'm trying to do it all, bitch. Like put me in the mix. Like I don't like you trying to hook up with me on the side. Or your boyfriend don't know. Like baby, I want to have the whole mix. So I say that to say this: dating in LA is hard. Dating as a dancer is even harder. Dating as a pole dancer is the hardest. Because people either want to be you or they're insecure about what you are and what you do. Um, so that's why I just do me, Dan. And who's meant for me
Yeah.
is meant for me. I just think that when that time comes, I'll be ready for a relationship. But I just think that first I gotta have a friend. Like I don't just be. I don't want to have a boyfriend before I have a friend. Like I
Yeah,
want a
I
friend
agree.
before I have a boyfriend. Just so that way we have that camaraderie. But I just think that right now I'm not worried about no man.
I love that though. I
Yeah,
love
no.
that you're looking for a friend first. I think that's like the best way to do it. And
Yeah.
I was talking to Jacob Colosso about this. Do you find like with dating
Oh,
that
he's so cute to
as
me. Oh my god, he's so cute. I was watching the X-Pole tutorials. I was like, who the fuck is this, bitch? I was like, I don't even want the works. I don't even need the security, the certificate no more. I need to see it now.
Yeah, no, Jacob is cute AF. I love Jacob. But he was saying to me about, as soon as someone sees that you're a pole dancer, he said, especially because I dance in heels, he was like, people just assume instantly that you're a femme
Mhm.
gay guy that, is,
Yeah.
I don't know, like a strict bottom and like, is
Well,
this
Dan, you
sort
already
of,
know. Dan, you already know what time it is over here. So
oh yeah, well, exactly. So we know that's not true, right? But it
we
just,
know.
we know.
We know. Okay. But what's so
But
crazy
yeah.
is piggybacking on that. I sometimes feel like I was like, I I had a company over not too long ago, and I had full set of nails, like full set of nails, hair pink, pole out. And I was like, yeah, usually like people think I'm a bottom. He's like, I wouldn't have thought that. Like, I know you have feminine energy, but you have masculine energy too. Like, you look like a like.
I
I
agree.
will just sitting back here like this, and he's like, yeah, like you look like what I'm saying. You got a lot of masculine energy, and I'm like, all right, bet. Like, the heels and stuff don't matter because I'll take them heels off and get to work.
Yeah, it's really funny because you do. I don't know. It's really. I don't know how to describe. There is a video. It's actually one of my favorite videos at the moment of you. You are like
Is it me falling off the
performing.
pole?
No, no,
Okay.
no. You walk up to this girl and you're like right in her face. You're like, bam, bam, bam. And then you drop into a split and she looks like she's about to have a heart attack. And there's something about it that even though you're dressed in heels, you got your nails done, your hair done, it still gives quite a masculine energy. I don't even know how
Yes.
to
I
describe that.
don't either, but I love that because I didn't want to cosplay. You know how some people put on heels and they just want to cosplay as a dancer. They
Yeah.
they try to force a feminine energy. When it's supposed to be a balance. I feel like it's a harmony. It's like a yin and a yang, right? I use feminine energy to have emotions and like feel, but I use that masculine energy to be hard and be like, like, ho,
Yeah.
mm. Like, yeah, I did that motherfucking elbow grip Aisha, bitch, and dropped into a split. But then I'm gonna just, you know, soften it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's you have to have a really fine line in both and just enjoy. Because I love being a man, like you know what I'm saying. I love being a beautiful black man. Like it's nothing like it. Like I love the way I feel, but I also love being able to wear heels, wear nails. I mean, and just do what the fuck I want to do and be balanced.
How do your family how did they? Because I know obviously
They
I've
love
seen
it.
again.
They
Yeah,
love
I've
it.
seen. Did they always love it? Because I've seen obviously recently all the posts and it looks like a lot
They
of
love
love
it.
from the family.
They love
They've
it
always loved it. That's
because remember you got to
amazing.
understand. I started as an instructor, so they saw that I was changing the community from teaching. They saw that I had classes, I had students, I had a wait list at 19 years old. Like
Yeah,
I'm coming to
you
my
were young. I
10-year
know.
mark. Yeah.
Ah,
So my parents always said, you can do whatever you want to do, Miles. You can do literally whatever you want to do. Just don't lie, don't steal, and don't be a punk bitch. I was like, that's it. Okay, cool. Like, cause they didn't want me to get punked, get beat up and bullied. So I always stood up for myself. And people from my childhood know that. Like, I don't play no games. Like, call me what you want to, but just understand for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So play if you want to.
yeah.
But they're just like, don't lie, don't steal, be a good person, and everything else. It doesn't matter, Miles. Like, it doesn't. If you want to wear heels, fine. Just be a good person. And I was like, okay, cool. So they support me. My dad has been to. He's seen me at the strip club. My parents came to Pole Olympics. My dad seen me dance at a strip show. My mom has seen me dance at San Diego Pride. And my mom saw me dance at San Diego Pride. She was like, Miles, they were on you like flies. Oh shit. She was just like, wow, and my niece from Washington D.C. She came and she's been here this week and she saw me dance and she was like, Miles, they couldn't keep their eyes off of you. She was like, it was men, women, straight women, straight cis women were tipping me in 20s. She was like, I've never seen anything like this in my life, never, ever, and I'm in heels and a fishnet outfit.
That's
And they're loving
amazing
it
though.
because it's the blend of feminine and masculine. They're like, wow, this dude is really fishnet. And they're turned on. They're like, he's so hot. My bulge is bulging. My ass is fat. My skin is clear. They just like, what the
But
I
can
don't know.
we but can we talk about when you say a bulge is bulging, when you say the bulge is bulging, we mean, I mean, it's bulging.
It's a whole
It
baby
ain't
on.
just
Like,
it ain't just, but how do you I'm not being funny, like, and again, trying to be as respectful as possible here, but
I
how
can't do
does
left
it
side.
not fall out?
It does. So wait. Let me take that
Oh,
back. Let me take that back.
okay.
Okay, let me take that back. It has, but I have custom. I have to get custom outfits created.
Right. Okay.
And then like it has to be custom. It has to be fit. It has to do all the things. But like I said, I can't like left. Like when I do inside leg hangs on my left, like I can't do anything on my left side. Like I can't do inside leg hangs. None of that. That's dead.
Right.
Like literally,
Okay.
physically, like I can't because it's
Because
you
it
know we
goes
all
over
got
that side. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
You got
I
a
got
side it hangs over to. You gotta keep it. Gotta give it one of the
some
sides. You
like
know.
that. You know when you do a butterfly and you bring it in to do that little leg hang. That's that's like the only time I can kind of get into it. But because if I just whip into it, I'm like, no. Come down, come down. So I'm like, I'm a
Yeah.
right inside like hand girl. And the Superman transitions, that's usually the kicker for me.
Oh.
When you're bringing it over and you bring it up to that shoulder mount, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny. I always say to people are like, "Oh, I've got, my boyfriend has just started doing pole. He's really worried about getting his." I'm like, listen, unless he's got like a 10-inch dick and huge
It's like,
balls, like he don't need to worry
you
about
know,
that just
and
yet.
you know
Like,
what the hardest move is for me to do?
sit on the pole.
A pole sit.
Pole sit. Yeah, I was gonna say because pole sit is funny actually. I don't know if you
I
feel like this, but
hate it.
Superman, you can kind of actually put the pole lower down your leg, so
Yeah, and
you
finesse
can
her.
cheat it.
That
Right.
pole sit,
Yeah.
I'd be able to like tuck it in mid sit. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, yeah.
It sounds like more of a pain in the ass than it probably is. Like, I'm sure you have some great fun with it, but work-wise, it
Yes,
must be a pain in the
it
ass.
is. And then don't let me get aroused. Like, this is just
Oh,
like, if I'm like literally one time I was dancing, I was like, oh my God, I was like, please, you have to get away from me. I was like, you literally need to go. Like, you're turning me on. And I physically cannot work if you do not leave me alone. Like, I can't. I was like, I have to go. Like, I can't. Oh. I can't. Because that's a whole different ballgame.
and seeing as you work so closely with people in the sex work industry, you must have been asked to do porn so many times. Have you ever done it?
Yeah.
Would
Oh
you
my
ever do
gosh.
it?
So, I was already engraved in my mind, like when I was younger, when I had just graduated high school, whatever, and I was starting to like, start having consensual sex. Every time I would hook up with somebody, they're like, "You need to be a porn star. You need to be a porn star." And I was kind of like, I don't know if that's my destiny. I don't know if that's what I meant to do. Now, granted, would I do it? Of course. Like I love my body. My body is beautiful. Like,
It is
but
beautiful.
sometimes I just don't see myself like I can't deal with all that energy that porn stars receive, right? The messages, the comments, the like. Sometimes
Right.
I it's not for me.
Fair
Um,
enough.
and if I mean I would do like I'm kind of like damn bitch, I got a bomb ass body. So maybe after I get on my little reality show, whatever, you know what I'm saying, I got the you know what I'm saying. I'm like yeah, let me
You
post a
know, you
little.
know, oh my God, literally, you need to get on a reality TV show, get like, get your 1,000,000, 2, 3, 4 million followers,
And then I'll put a little
and
dick
then be
out.
like, and then just be like, I'm gonna do an OnlyFans. Do it. What's that? What was that celebrity that what's her name? Bella something, and she started
Bella Thorne. Oh my gosh, yes. And she's the
do you remember
reason
she made
yes, but she's the reason why OnlyFans creators had to get their monetary value for messages down. Like she kind of fucked the game up. Like it was cute.
yeah, but you need to do it like she did, but in a respectful way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Period.
for sure, because
Yeah, I'm down.
you'd make a fucking bag off that, I tell you.
I would.
So you have posted before about investing.
Yes.
Tell me about your where are you at with like what you want to do with investing and stuff? Because I'm in the process of doing the same myself, and I'm just really intrigued to know what you are investing
Yeah.
your money into and
So
stuff.
I've been doing stocks, obviously cryptocurrency, which is obviously fluctuating, but I just try to put, money over there. But I'm really looking into rental properties. That's where I'm going to shift is investing into rental properties so that way I can have reoccurring income, whether that be for
Mm.
Airbnb, whether that be like investing in property. So that's why right now I'm trying to work really hard with my projects, like my pole master, my master retreats and stuff like that. So I can have that going and then dancing. And then I
Hmm.
also DJ too. So I'm working on
I saw this is kind of more of a new venture for you,
It
right?
is.
Because
It is. It is.
yeah, are you
Yeah.
enjoying it?
I literally love it. I spend hours at night practicing, listening to music. Like I'm the type of person, I'm gonna put my 10,000 hours in. And what I'm gonna be doing is, my, like next month, I'm gonna be filming myself DJing. I'm gonna have my friends in the back dancing, pole dancing. Like literally, it's gonna be visual. So it's going to be me at the beach, at a tea house, I don't know, wherever, and I'm
Yes.
gonna be like, "Hey, you're here with Miles High Club, and this is our set." I start DJing, and you're gonna see like Cammy in the back on the pole. You might, you know, what I'm saying, my friends in the back. I'm like, "Hey," like it's gonna be visual. It's gonna collide or bring both worlds together. I'm gonna put new music artists on. Like if there's anybody who's got a new song, a new track, I'm gonna be putting that in there because I love music. I've been dancer, singer. I was in band. Like my dad had a record store when he first got his own business, so I love music, and also too, I just want to do something different that's gonna get me off the pole. Like I don't know how to explain this. Like I've been on the pole so hard for 10 years that I feel like not that I lost myself, but people only see me as the pole master, which I'm
Right.
mad at that. But I need to do something a little bit different while still holding on to pole master because he's not going nowhere. That's my bitch. Like that's my dog.
Yeah.
But I just need something that's gonna get me excited and just get like just something different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not explaining it, but
It's it's so funny you should mention this because I've been talking to a few people about this, and some people don't always understand really what I mean. But I'm going to ask you the same question I asked
please
them.
ask me.
What is your do you well, it's always like, do you have an exit strategy from pole? Because I've got this thing where I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do this the rest of my life. And
Yeah.
also I don't want to. I know that sounds really bad. I don't
No,
want
you're
to.
right.
Like
You're
my
right.
body doesn't want to do this the rest of my life. Like, and I would love to be able to. So my thing at the moment is exactly the same as you. I'm looking into investing into property. I already have a small property portfolio. I have my house that I live in, and I've got another house that I rent out already. And I
Hmm.
want to increase that because I need to secure my future. You know what I mean? I'm like, when I can't do this, or if something, God forbid, ever happened to me where I couldn't work, I want to be able to know that I've got these
Right.
properties that are going to provide me a passive income.
Right.
I'm the type of person that will always work, so I don't
Hmm.
want people thinking by me saying that I just want to get loads of properties and then be like, oh, I'm never going to work again. I'm the type of
No, because
person that
that's
will
work
always
too.
work.
It's just
Right,
work on the body. Like what we do is not a joke. I don't think people really truly understand, especially being an instructor. There's pressure that comes with it. You got to be the best. You got to look the best. You got to have new, fresh. There's so much that goes into it that I respect people who are over 40 and 50 and still fucking it up.
right.
But I just feel like I don't know. I feel like I had more fun at the beginning of my pole journey when it was just like we're
Mm-hmm.
pole dancing, we're having fun, we're learning. Now it's like I gotta be a business owner, a content creator, a marketing strategist, a motherfucking tax prep. We have to do everything, right? Literally. I mean, you can outsource and you can hire people, but I think now even the new people coming up, right? You gotta have your TikToks, you have your reels, you gotta have your posts, you gotta have your I'm like, bitch, I just want to get on a pole and teach. Like,
Right.
it's so
But
much
people
that goes
actually,
into
I
it.
don't think people actually understand actually how much goes into it.
So
Like for example,
much.
we're doing this now. I've got my podcast, I've got polos, I've got my teaching, I've got online.
Everything.
You have to diversify because otherwise you're just gonna, like you said, if you don't diversify, you're not going to create enough income from different places to be able
Yep.
to, especially if you want to build a property portfolio and stuff. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's just you have to be diversified. So what is if someone said to you, what is your exit plan? Like what is the plan for you? Are you looking to do something over 10 years, 20 years? What's the plan?
No, so hopefully, well, like I said, I'm gonna, I'll look good. So as long as I can look, look young, people be like, you are how old are you? 23, 24? I'm like, I'm about to be 29 next year. So that's the good part, right? That's the good part. Like
Crazy.
I still look, you know what I'm saying? So I think for me, I'm going to create masters. I'm going to
Yeah.
create many masters who will take the brand on and continue teaching in that retrospect, wherever that may be. I'm just trying to see where the pole, how seeing where pole is growing and going. I got to keep my eye out on that. My friend Shelly, she has Fit to Flaunt, which is like a huge app, 6 figures, selling poles, all that. That was kind of the route I wanted to go down, which I'm Not saying that I can't go down that route, but I also want to have fun and try to do some things before I hit my 30s. I know that sounds weird, but like I just want to continue to make mistakes. I want to continue to try new things, because I've developed my pole master brand so much that if I wanted to quit right now, I could, and I can go do something different. But I love pole so much that my exit strategy, I don't think I'll ever exit. I just think that I will shift my gears. Like I might own a nightclub one day. You know what I'm saying? Like I can bartend, I can DJ, I
Right.
can manage, I can teach. Like I can go that route. Find an investor and have a club. But I'm just open and receptive, because if I wasn't open and receptive, I wouldn't be the pole master. So
No.
sometimes I don't put like a hard end cap on anything, because I could look up and be, I don't know, a dance consultant for HBO or something. I can be a
Yeah.
tour choreographer, right? So while I'm sitting back and now I'm teaching dance for, Rihanna's new tour, or, Little Nas's new tour, right? So I can't tell you where I'm going to be at. I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know
It's
is I'm going
so
to be better than
difficult
I
as
was
well.
before. Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly. Amen to that. Don't you find as well, like, I always feel like I want to have this like 10-year plan, be like, right, in 10 years I want to do this. But do you know what? Life just throws so many different things at you, doesn't it? I just find like next minute you're like, oh, I didn't expect a pandemic to happen. I didn't expect to be teaching online, to have this online pole business. Like, it's nothing like I thought my 10-year plan was going to go. So
No.
things just get thrown at us. But,
Yeah.
I think,
Got to be
do
flexible.
you, do you ever think about the fact that you have been so successful in such a niche industry, an industry that is not easy as a man
Right.
to be successful as? Do you ever think like, fuck, if I can do this, why don't I start some other business like a clothing brand or whatever it may be, and just be like, because you've got the drive and you've got the
Mm-hmm.
business spirit to be like, do you know what? It doesn't matter what the fuck I do. If
Right.
I can make the brand Young Pole Master be as majorly huge as it has been, do you
Right.
ever think, imagine if I applied that to X or this or that?
Right.
Do you ever think about stuff like that and think, God, if this is what I can do in this industry, fuck, imagine what I could do in that industry?
No, and that's why I'm shifting to like music and being an artist, because I need to do something creative. I'm not one of those people where I'm like, I got to be an entrepreneur and like sell shoes and stuff. I sell an experience. I sell like making yourself better, right? Or just
Mm,
enjoying. I think really I like enjoying yourself and being the best version of yourself. So like I said, with investment properties and real estate, I would be looking to have an experience. Like when you come to my location, or if you're renting out from me, you have a beautiful space to live. It's an experience, right? Airbnb, hospitality. Like I like hotels. I was even watching this show with my best friend Malik, how they renovated a hotel, like a motel, and turned it into a profitable or hotel. So
right.
I have friends that I'm working with that are in my close social circle, and we're all helping each other do different things and build each other up. So
That's amazing.
our thoughts in our past are shifting, but like even now, like I just got hit up today to DJ for a Mexican trip, like for an influencer trip. They just hit me up and said we're gonna go. Are you down to get paid to come to Mexico and DJ? I'm like,
And you're going to go?
and I'm gonna go to get, yeah.
Of
So,
course you're going to go.
but that's why I'm like, I just be open. I'm open and receptive, because I just never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. As long as I just show up for today, um, I'll be good. But I'm just hoping that I can maximize the pole career while I'm still in it. But my thing, I want to do production. So I want to have like the TV show, pole master competition. I want to have my retreats. I'm basically young pole masters here, and I'm going to have this going down,
Yeah.
downstreaming. So I worked so diligently to where if you say my name, somebody in the room is going to jump the fuck up.
Yeah.
Period. You be like, anybody know the Paul Master? Oh my God, yeah! Boom. Job done. Like I finally feel like I've sealed that deal at 28 years old. I feel like I've done that. But now I'm shifting into like really sitting down. Like when I get off this conversation, I'm just on Google Docs. Literally just like, because I haven't been like this forever. I feel like I got kind of like depressed. And I also got caught up in the LA scene, which I mean, many of us do.
Okay.
People like to lie and be like, no, bitch, I get depressed. I don't want to leave my bed. I sometimes feel like I'm imposter syndrome almost. Like I'm the pole master, but I don't feel like the pole master today. Like people think I'm,
Ah.
I just sometimes I mean, a lot of creators feel like that. Like we are
Yeah.
expected to be 100%, 100% of the time. We're expected to push out content. We're expected to do all this, but we're human, right? Sometimes we don't have great days or great weeks, whatever. But I feel like right now, after the weekend that I had, and also lifestyle changes. Like I said, being in nightlife, you can drink a lot, you can be around a lot of different energies. And sometimes you can take that home. So the older I get, the more confident I get in my skill set and myself. And I just feel like right now I'm in a really good space. And thankfully, my
Mm.
social circle is really honing in. Like, as of this conversation today, I'm in a really good space. Shit's going well for me, and it's only going to go up. But I can't say that that's how it's been the whole time. Like, I've been killing it and doing what I needed to
Yeah.
do. But behind the scenes, sometimes I've been struggling because I haven't feel like I've been the best version of myself. But that's okay. It happens to everybody. I think it's important that you just check it at the door, know what you need to do, and get to where you need to go. So that's just me,
And
like, putting that out
what's your
there.
how do you deal with that? Do you have therapy? Do you have a spiritual practice that you
Yeah.
practice, or what?
Um, Definitely it's usually for me it's about what I'm doing, right? So I know when I'm if I'm like feeling kind of like weird, I'm not praying, I'm not talking to spirit, I'm not meditating, I'm not eating right. Like there's multiple things that are going into me not feeling the way I should feel. And it's up to me to change that. Um, you know what I'm saying? I try to stay away from like drugs and stuff like that because I have family members that have fallen into drugs and dependence of drugs, and so I try to like avoid, you know,
When you say drugs, you're not talking about weed though, right? You still
no,
smoke a blunt.
I'm talking about pharmaceuticals. I'm talking about like heart, you know what I'm saying? Like let's say you're doing pain medicine or you're doing like Adderall. I've just seen
Uh-huh.
I mean, I live in the United States. They want you to get on pharmaceuticals. They want you on drugs. They want you to be a part of the healthcare system. Like it's kind of fucked up. Like I'll never
Yeah.
forget when what did they show on in the United they showed the marriage. I think it was when the royals got married and they had American commercials on and everybody in the UK was like, "Oh my god, y'all advertise drugs like this?" I'm like, "Yeah, they advertise drugs on television all the time, telling you what you think you should buy. Like, are you having depression? Try this. It may give you heartburn, amnesia, you might die, but try it." I'm like, what the fuck is this? So then you go to your doctor talking about an advertisement for a pill that you saw. And then they're gonna write it because they get paid per like I'm just like, it's too much. So thankfully,
Ooh.
and like I said, therapy, there's BetterHelp. Like BetterHelp, I have it on my phone. That's been lit. I'm having like an online therapist and stuff like that just to talk about the stuff that I go through as like a sex worker, LGBT community and all that stuff, you know. But I just think that it's important that I have to do healthy habits to get me to
Yeah.
where I need to go. Because all it takes for me is like 2 weeks of turning up, and I'm like, like
Yeah.
no, like I don't want to turn up. And usually summertime for me because summertime I'm working pride events. Like it's just like we're lit, turn. And then I'm like by July, I'm like, girl,
You're just so do you think it's just a burnout thing? Like the
it's
depression comes with
definitely a
maybe
burnout.
burnout?
It's
Yeah.
definitely a burnout because when in these spaces, I'm expected to be, um, you
The
know,
pole
the
master.
light. There's so much energy. There's people touching me. It's like it's a lot of energy exchange that a lot of people don't understand. So sometimes after these events, I'm like sleep for 2 days, not like 2 full days, but like I need to recharge my social battery and like get back to what I am because that's a lot. Giving yourself a lot. You're pole dancing. Like when I dance at the club, I dance 30-minute sets. That's not normal.
Oof. That's really not
And
normal. Do you know,
pleasers.
you just remind me of a question actually I meant to ask you. 'Cause
What's up?
you just said, oh, you know, people are touching me. What's the deal with that? As a obviously in a club, like if you were to touch
I'm
a
crazy.
female dancer, like people would like the bouncers would go batshit crazy, right? What is it
Yeah.
like with you as a? Do you get touched more as a man because the women
Oh,
maybe
of
sometimes think it's
course,
okay?
of course. And then they touch me, and I grab their wrist, and I literally like either you're gonna tip me or you're getting kicked out. What are we doing? Like I'm that's me. If you touch
Right.
me, you need to tip me or you're getting kicked out. I've kicked out so many people because security. I don't play that, and I'm like, don't let the heels and the nails fool you. I will beat you up. I mean, I won't
Yeah.
because I'm at work, but I make my presence known. Like they feel that Pisces mouth. I'm literally like,
Mm.
so what do you want to do? Are you gonna tip me or are you getting kicked out? So
Because I was listening to a podcast about this with like drag queens and how drag queens just get touched so
Yeah, they
much by
do.
people, like they're just grabbing them and stuff. Like
Mhm.
it's not cool, and you suffer the same sort of like abuse.
Yeah, but I'm like I said, usually I'm on an elevated platform.
Okay.
Oh my god! So one dude, oh my god, speaking of which, at San Diego Pride, I was in a middle split, and this guy came up and tipped me $10 and licked my asshole in front of my mother. I almost hopped off stage and beat his ass. I
But
was
wait,
like,
I
what the
thought
fuck?
if they tipped it was okay, or is it because he licked? That's too much.
So you just think I'm a $10 asshole? Like you think a motherfucker does? So is that what you're
So
saying to
tell me,
me?
what's the price? What's the price? I need to know. So for the asshole lick, what is the price? $100.
Shit, I need at least 500. At least 500 to, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bitch, I'm working. Like, why are you down there? Like, come on. But so then later on, he moved, he went somewhere, and then like my mom was talking to him. She didn't realize it was him though. Like, I don't think she realized. So I walk over. He's like, I'm like, he started crying. He was like, "I'm so sorry. You're just so beautiful. I never took anything like it, and you're just, I just." And I was like, "Bro, chill. Thank you for the money." He gave me some more money too, and then he was like, "This." I met his husband and shit.
Oh God.
I was like, "This is too much," but he was really in tears. But he was really just so impressed. He was like,
At
"I never."
least he was sorry, I guess. At
He
least
has
he
to be because I'm gonna beat him
apologized.
up.
Too fucking
But
right.
yeah. So that's how I handle people touching me.
Yeah. I
Just
don't think I
don't
could
do it.
deal with that. I just don't think I could deal
Yeah.
with that.
It's just different. Like when you know how to handle yourself, like people know, like it's not like people are just like grabbing my dick and my balls. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to move in a way that you know
That you can't do it,
you can.
right?
Yeah, like are you crazy? And I'll grab their hand like pow.
Do you let people, out of interest, do you let people tip in the pouch, like in your front pouch? You don't mind them putting the money in there?
I
Just they
guide it. I'm
can't
like, you
grab
know,
it.
I look down like.
For anyone not watching this video, he is looking down, he's pulling the panties over,
Okay, you
he
gotta be
is
up there.
licking the lips.
They'll be like, where can I put it? I'm like, anywhere you want to, baby. What are we doing? They'll be like, ah. I'll be like, put it right here. I'm like, oh. You gotta sell the dream. Like when I'm telling you, when I'm on Cleveland's on there, like, baby, I'm a whole different bitch. When I take it off, I have my little fan. Like I have the bucket, the heels, and the fan. They all match.
That's amazing.
But I made the bucket and the fan. I bought the heels from Pleasers, but I just have fun. Another reason why I do it, Dan, is because I'm not gonna look like this forever. And
I
people
don't
like,
know. You've looked pretty good since I've known you. I don't think you've aged a day since I've known you. So I'm waiting for the fucking day that you start. Like, when are these fucking grey hairs gonna kick in? Shit, like, come
bitch,
on.
never. And speaking of which, I'm gonna go dye my hair just because you said that. I need to do a new color. But
even as well, like your hairline, like what the fuck? You don't. It's not even moving back. Like, what the fuck is going on?
you know, it's my daddy and my mama. Because my mom, she's gonna be 68 this year. My dad's 70, and they look amazing. Like they look not a day over 45.
But you know what? I think my stepmom's Jamaican and she looks so much younger than she is. But she doesn't even tell people her age because she just likes to let them guess. And then she's like, "Yeah, that's how old I am." I'm like, "Nuts, you."
Yeah, because then they hit you with
She
a
looks
like.
so
I'm
young.
so embarrassed because literally I'm at that age now where tell me like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 28. Like, you're 28, bitch. Please don't start doing that. Like, please
Honestly.
don't start. Because like I it shifted. Because you know I used to be like, oh, I'm 21. They're like, wow, you're 21 and you're the pole master. And I was like, you're 28, damn, bitch. Like I thought you were 24. And I'm like, girl.
Wait
that's
until
my
you
life
start
now.
saying you're 30. When you start saying you're 30, they'll be like, "Oh my god, you're 30."
Yeah, and I'm like, yep, I sure am. That's why I'm like, bitch, I'm about to have my shit together, girl. I'm about to have my little masters, my mini. Like, it's giving that the master is about to be at because you know I got young pole master and the pole master because there's gonna be a day where I can't be using the young like that. I mean, granted, I'll be young in spirit. But eventually, it's gonna just give the
Yeah,
pole. I
but
mean, I'm already the pole master. Like, when people say me, they'd be like, "Oh my god, are you the pole master?" or they'd be like, "You're young master." Yeah, so like I've got both. Like both are me. I am the young pole master, and I'm the pole master. So like I'm ready. I'm ready, bitch. Don't play with me because she's like,
I
"You're
love
40." I'm like, girl,
I
I'm the
love
pole
how
master.
I love how you've like prepped that already. I love that.
Period. Like I'm ready for the transformation, and I love the maturity and the growth. I think that's important as a dancer, and the whole point of me is giving back to the the new generation, and that's what I'm really striving to do with the master retreats and the mini master retreats, um, just to give back and to just I don't know, something that excites me about having the ability to reach the best instructors in the world.
Mm,
Literally, I can call. There's there's probably not a pole instructor I don't know or I'm not connected to. There's just no way. I just
yeah.
know too. I mean, I know Doris, Templo, you, like girl, Kiana. Like, there's so many people that I can literally reach out to. Like, hey, babe, what's up? Are you free? Are you available?
Yeah.
Do you want to do
Uh-huh.
this?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
want to do that? Do you want to do P Valley? Do you want to do competition? Like, I'm just so connected that I'm going to use it to my advantage to help bring light to how many talented people there are in this world through pole. And I kind of want to do like an international pole competition on like Netflix. I'm going to
Oh, that'd
manifest
be
that
so
because I think
cool.
that I would be an amazing host. And I'm just so well connected that if anybody else did it, it wouldn't hit the same. Because I'm
Yeah.
actually in the sex where I can have the stripper aesthetic and the pole fitness aesthetic. Like I have a girl from Miami and I can have a girl from Russia in the same space.
Mm. I would love to have a pole TV show. How freaking cool would that be? I feel like almost like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but pole style. That'd be so cool.
And I need to text my friend right now because she works for
I
Warner
need
Brothers.
I need to manifest that. I need to put that on a vision board somewhere. So
Period.
tell us before we finish this up,
Yes, baby.
give me where people can find you. Tell me how can they find out about these retreats? Tell me the go-to place. Is it best just to follow your Instagram and follow all what's going on there?
So sorry. I'm like, girl, I just saw this man asked me for gas money, and I'm like, girl, why are you asking me for gas money, girl? We need to make $30,000. If you're asking for gas money, I need to do something different. But anyways, though, you can find me everywhere. Young Pole Master, no Owen Young. I'm literally everywhere. Twitch, I was going to say Twitch. I'm not there yet. Actually, I do have a Twitch, but it's going to be my DJ stuff. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah. And then keep an eye out for my master retreats. Just stay on my Instagram. That's probably the best place. TikTok. I'm on TikTok. That's what I was going to say instead of Twitch. And yeah, like I said, I have a lot of projects coming up. I'm behind the scenes a lot, so you'll probably see my dancers on TV, booking stuff. Like, I'm gonna be everywhere. Just stay tuned.
Just stay tuned.
Just stay tuned.
Well, it's been amazing talking to you. I could literally talk to you for hours. I
know. I'm
speaking
looking
to
up. I'm
you.
like, damn, girl, like we're here.
I know we've been doing this an hour and 20 minutes. It's crazy. The time just flies by. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on, and just please don't ever change. I love your spirit, and I just love everything you do. And just a quick side note, please book me for the first Pole Master retreat. Thank you much. Thank you. I'm gonna manifest that right now.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. So I'll go ahead and add you to my list, and then we'll figure out the dates and the budget to get you out here, Dan.
Listen, Miles, with a voice like that, you need to be. Have you seen these TikToks where they're tapping the microphone, they're speaking like that?
Is that what I should be doing? Yeah.
Listen. You just found a new niche again. You need to be doing that. What is that called? What's it?
It's called ASMR.
ASMR.
So it's like ASMR. They're like, meow. Oh shit, dude! Look,
and they're just like they're scratching like for that. It's like. Oh, thank you so much. It's been lovely to speak to you. Love you so much, and I'll see you hopefully soon.
Period. Bye, baby.
Bye. Hey, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Really hope you enjoyed it. But now I need you to do me a favor. I want you to go to whatever platform you're listening to this on, give us a 5-star review, and screenshot it. Because if you send it to me, I will enter you into a prize draw to win a bunch of Pole Lols goodies. So if you want to win some free shit, go and give us 5 stars, screenshot it, and DM it to me on Instagram at Dan Rosenpole, and I'm going to enter you into the prize draw. See you next time.
That was all the tea that you can get this week. Join me next time right here. It's the weekly